Good morning guys, welcome back to another full day of Starch Solution low calorie density eating with me, where I'm trying to build some muscle as a vegan volume eater. So I've just gotten back from an incredible gym workout. I have started a program with somebody online and this was the first day of my 6-month journey, and so I'm feeling super motivated. I did legs and it was absolutely killer. My butt is feeling on fire, which is what I want. That's what I want. So anyway, I've just got back home and it's half term as well, so I've got Abe off school, but Romy's nursery is still on during the half term. So anyway, we've just dropped her off, which feels really strange because I feel like she should be here with us. But anywho, Abe and I are going to have a lovely time, and we are going to be starting with a gigantic fruity platter. My nutrition is going to be on point the next kind of 6 months, and when you actually start working with somebody, I feel like you are super accountable, because I'm actually paying to get results, right? So therefore I'm going to be so much more motivated to do everything I can to get those. Anyway, we're starting with fruit. It's going to be a fantastic way to start the day, and we've got loads of really exciting fruit. We got some delicious mangoes from the Indian shop yesterday, so we got some of these. We also got some long gons from the Chinese shop, and we've got some blueberries and some grapes. So what I'm going to do, Abe and I are going to be sharing a massive fruity platter. Always get your babies involved in your healthy eating, because we just want them to eat that way as well, right? So anyway, I'm just going to load this up as a massive fruity platter. And then this morning, I'm really fancying something that is cake. I'm thinking some kind of little pumpkin microwave cake. Okay, so we have one gigantic fruity platter. Abe and I have already started. We've dove into some mangoes already. But yeah, we're probably going to finish this entire thing. You can really have as much fruit as you want. Never limit your fruit. Go for it until you can't eat any more fruit. I hate it when people say you have to limit it. It's literally one of the best things you can possibly eat. So go to town. Anyway, we're going to go and dive into this, and I'll show you when I come back and make my cake. Obviously, starting with this good low calorie density stuff first is really going to help me honor my hunger fullness cues when I move on to my cake portion. Okay, we are going to dive into, we've eaten most of the fruit. There is all of the remnants. I'm going to do something different with the blueberries in a second. But I'm going to dive in and I'm going to make some cake, but I'm going to film it over for Instagram, which will come on here at some point. But we're basically going to go for half a cup of oats, half a teaspoon of baking powder, some vanilla, 2 tablespoons of pumpkin pie spice, pumpkin puree, pumpkin pie spice, half a cup of plant milk, tablespoon of chia seeds, and some dates for sweetness. Blend all that up, and then we're going to stick it in the microwave. I'll show you what it looks like in a little second. Hopefully this will be darn delicious. Okay, so half demolished cake later, I made a little frosting out of some pumpkin pie spice, pumpkin puree, yogurt, and some PB2 until it was nice and thick. And this is my little cake. Oh, look at that. It's just super fluffy. It was in the microwave for about 5 minutes. It's very good. It's exactly what I needed on this chilly morning. Anyway, you can have a healthy cake anytime you fancy it. Chocolate is also very nice as well. Absolutely delicious. Anyway, I'm going to go and play with Abe now for a couple of hours until we go and pick up Romy. And then we're going to head out for a lovely activity at the Discovery Museum in town. So I'm probably going to pack a little picnic or eat something before we go. I'm not quite sure yet. I need to figure that out. Abe and I have just spent the last couple of hours making a den in the front room and drawing Mr. Men and Little Miss figures, and also reading the books, which was very fun. We are now going to be getting ourselves ready to go out. Abe is just going to chop up some of this butter bean tofu that I made the other day. So Abe actually loved this stuff so much, we just whacked it in the air fryer with a bunch of different flavours.
Mama, I'm going to do a big piece.
So I've got a bunch of leftovers that really need using in the fridge, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck to have. But I went hunting and I found this gigantic amount of broccoli. So I thought Abe and I could start with some broccoli. I'm also feeling a bit chilly and I haven't had much to drink, and therefore I thought I could have a miso soup for broccoli dunking purposes. So I'm just going to quickly whip that up. Okay, so I've just got this white miso paste that we bought yesterday. I'm going to do like a tablespoon, and I'm just going to make almost like a nice warm drink of miso. Now Abe wanted a sandwich for his lunch with some cashew truffle cream cheese. This is actually, for anyone who doesn't know, this is actually the company that my husband and I used to own, Tyne Cheese, but we sold it at the beginning of this year. But we went to go and see them at the vegan festival yesterday, and we got some cheese because the kids really love it.
Cashews.
Hey, do you want to get out, babes? You can get out and ready. So if you're wanting to really maximize your low calorie density weight loss results, I highly recommend, one of the things that has really helped me on my journey is preloading before I have a meal. Preloading just basically means having either fruits or veggies, salads, soups, low fat, low calorie density stuff before your meal. It really reduces the calorie density of your meal. It gives you lots of bulk in your tummy before you move on to your meal. So this is a very quick and simple version that I'm doing. Liquid really helps, and obviously veggies, so hence broccoli being dunked in the miso is a perfect combination, and it's just really darn delicious and really warming as well when it's just so chilly outside. Yum. So this is 100% cashews, and it's fermented as well. But yeah, I'm really proud of these little cheesy products. I spent years creating these, and it's really nice that somebody else can carry that forwards and continue selling them. So yeah, if you're in the UK, go and check out Tyne Cheese. Give them a little shout from us. What I like to do when we've actually got enough time is I like Abe to make his own food, and Abe actually really loves getting involved in the kitchen and getting creative and coming up with some crazy stuff. So Abe's gonna be making his own sandwich. What I did, Abe wanted a sandwich, given him a couple of pieces of broccoli, just to get in some extra veggies. He's gonna have salad in his sandwich and cucumber, but I like him to have a little bit more. So he just had a bit of broccoli, and now he's gonna make himself a lovely sandwich. Right, Abe, let's do it, baby. See, this is the stuff that we buy from the shops, and in all honesty, this is why I really want to start making my own bread. I just haven't got my act around to doing it properly, but I really want to, because I want my babies to be eating, you know, really wholesome bread. It's just really hard to find it in the UK, ever. So I've decided to have some tempeh. You guys know this is about building muscle at the moment, so we are going in with some great, good, whole food, plant-based protein. Okay, so I'm gonna have like a third block of tempeh, I think. So I'm just gonna slice it into little strips. And then I might just have this with like a huge salad and some veggies, I think. I'm just gonna keep it quite simple. And I've got some leftover quinoa, which is great as well.
I'm keeping it simple as well.
You are keeping it simple, my love. I'm gonna do myself a little marinade for the tempeh real quick. Because I've got the miso out, I'm gonna go miso-y. So we've got about a nice big teaspoon of miso, a wee splash of maple syrup. There we go. I'm gonna stick in a clove of garlic, plus a splash of water. And let's go ginger. And some soy sauce. Okay, so I'm just going to whack this on. I'm going to give it a little splash of water.
Mum, if you burn yourself, that burn will go on, stay on forever.
I'm also just going in with a bit of nutritional yeast. Do a little taste test.
Mum.
Right, I'm going to pour this all over the tempeh. Yes, look at that. Gonna get a little mixy mix, make sure it's all combined. Oh wow, I've never done tempeh like this, Abe. This is gonna be tasty. Okay, lid on.
Okay.
We're gonna let that cook. Okay, we're just gonna flip this over. Start to get nice and caramelized on the bottom. Oh my gosh, that is going to be very yummy. Okay, so my entire meal is not going to make any sense. It's just a weird mishmash of things, isn't it, Abe? So I've got a ton of leftover cabbage from last night, and that's going to be my base. I'm just going to heat this up real quick, and then we're just going to add other things on top of it. I have got some cherry tomatoes, which I'm just going to whack in. Okay, we're going in with a ton of cucumber. I've also got some leftover quinoa here. So I'm just going to chuck in about...
What about why?
I prefer quinoa, babes. Probably about half a cup in there. So on top of here, I'm just going to do a little bit of chaat masala spice mix, a little bit of black salt, and some lemon juice.
Yeah.
Baby looks so cute. I also love a bit of sweetness in things at the moment, so I'm just chopping in an apple. Look at the volume that we've got here, and I'm just going to have my tempeh on the side. So much volume, super low calorie density, packed full of so much goodness. Perfect. We're just heading into town. We've got the James and we've got Abe, and we've got a little Romlet back there as well. We're going to go and do some arts and crafts, and I've got myself my gigantic salad. I'm eating this first, and then I'm going to move on to my tempeh. We are back at home now, and I was trying to think about what the heck to do for dinner. I wasn't really organised, but I do have a plethora of quinoa and chickpeas, and then I had a little Google search. This is a great thing that you can do if you've got loads of something. Just Google how to use up leftover quinoa, and it came up with some quinoa burgers, which also have chickpeas, and I've got chickpeas, so that was perfect. So we're gonna have some little burgers. I'm gonna whip those up now. I'm also gonna do some wraps for them, and we're gonna do mung dal wraps, which you guys know those are my absolute favorites. If you haven't tried a mung dal wrap, it is a game changer. It's just obviously gluten-free, high protein. Okay, so for these wraps, we're going to need some washed mung dal, and I'm just going to do a couple of cups. For these burgers, we're going to start by sauteing an onion and some garlic in a pan, and then we're going to put everything in a food processor. You could either soak this overnight, but because I didn't do that, and because I'm a lazy rascal, we're just going to add in some boiling water, and it can just sit whilst I'm making the burgers, and then just before we're about to eat it in like an hour's time, they should be ready. Whilst the onion and garlic is sauteing, I put like 3-4 cloves of garlic in there. I've got a ton of fresh coriander to use, so I'm just going to whack that in here, and then let's add all of our good stuff. Cups of chickpeas. We're doing 2 cups of quinoa. This is cooked quinoa, obviously. I think 2 cups of chickpeas is kind of like the same as like a tin of chickpeas, maybe. So go for a tin. And that's going in here. Tomorrow, I think we're going to have some quinoa porridge to use up the last of this bad boy. And then we've got some cumin and some coriander powder. So I'm just going to do like a teaspoon, maybe 2 of each in here. There we go. Okay, probably like a tablespoon of each. And we're also going to do some smoked paprika. So our onions and garlic have been sauteing down nicely. I'm just going to whack this in here as well. You could opt for the raw version, but I thought I'd just cook it up. Why not? So I'm also going to go in with some miso, probably like a nice tablespoon. So I've totally run out of flax, but you should do like a tablespoon or 2 of flax in here. But I thought in replacement, I would just do some walnuts. I haven't eaten walnuts in a while. I'm just going to go for like a 1/4 cup of walnuts. And we're just going to blitz this baby up. Okay, so that's done blitzing up. Kind of done it into like kind of a meaty consistency. Always give it a taste. Yes. Just to make sure the seasoning's right. That is actually so yummy. I would eat that on its own. Yum. These are actually very sturdy little burgers. There we go. So we do little mini ones. Okay, here we've got all of our cute little mini burgers. They held up so beautifully. Chickpeas and quinoa is a great, great, great combination. And yeah, we're gonna stick these in the oven probably for about 20 minutes, flip them over, then another 10-15 minutes. And then they should be done. Yes. Okay, the burgers are done soon, and now we're gonna be making our wraps. Wow, I think I've made quite a lot actually. Oh my goodness me. These mung beans, I'm just adding some water. I'm just gonna add in 2 cups here. Now, because I've actually done a ton of mix, I'm gonna keep it neutral so that we can turn it into sweet or salty things. So tomorrow we could do like a really fun fruity, chocolatey kind of wrap crepe situation with the leftover mix. So I'm just gonna blend it as is. Squidgy mix on. Okay, fine, maybe it wasn't hot enough. Oh well. And just spread it out. You can do them as thick or thin as you fancy. The babies are currently snacking on a ton of mango and lychee, and it is a solo parenting evening for me this evening because Jamesy's just finished work and he has headed to the gym for a lovely gym session, which I am thrilled about because it's really nice for him to be moving his little butt. So anyway, just wanted to let you know it's a crazy night. Okay, these wraps really don't take very long, and then I'm just going to flip it over. Who wants the first wrap? Mummy.
Me.
Mummy.
Me.
Boom.
Me.
There we go.
Me.
It is time to assemble these babies. They are fantastically flexible and just like super, super good. I was thinking you could turn them into, oh my God, what the heck do people eat? Where you fill it with a really like meaty, spicy thing, roll it up, and then put it in the oven. Chiquito. I don't really know. I've never eaten it before, but if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I mean. So you could try it with that if you fancy. So I'll tell you how I plate this baby up. This is an opportunity for vegetable heaven over here. We're gonna load it full of veggies. I've just chopped myself up. Sorry, it's really hard to angle it. A couple of pickles and a few little cherry tomatoes as well. Thank you for regurgitated pickle, Romy. I love it. First, I'm going to go in with some oil-free hummus. Your hummus. Okay, sorry this is not beautifully right in front of you guys, but hopefully you get the gist anywho. Oh yes, and these are our lovely little burgers. They are so, so good. So I'm just going to half these burgers and put half there and there. There and there. Okay, I haven't shown you the full assembly because it's been very noisy and I'm also covered in hummus. But let me show you what I've made because this is a gigantic, incredible, let me show you with the light. Okay, so I ended up putting a ton of salad on there with some of my tofu mayo from yesterday. And I also found a bag of sugar snap peas, which I thought would be great, extra crunchy, low calorie density goodness. So this is jam-packed full of so much protein and so much veggie and just so much really. So yeah, let's get into this bad boy. Let's have a little taste, shall we? Yeah. Wow. I know you don't like coriander. Look at that beast. Oh my God. It's so good. This has got so much flavour. My mouth is just like boom, boom, like fireworks. I'm on fire. I'm gonna go and eat these. I'm gonna play with my babies and see if I can put them to bed. Wish me luck. So along with the start of my new fitness journey, I'm also really trying to focus and listen to my hunger fullness cues, which is something I have been struggling with recently, and I don't know why. So in honor of honoring my hunger fullness cues, I made sure I ate all my sugar snap peas. Basically, I devoured one wrap and then I was like, no, Amy, eat your sugar snap peas. Otherwise, I knew I would definitely be able to devour this. So I went for the sugar snap peas. Now I've realized I'm hungry and I don't actually need this. This is the power of having non-starchy veggies and also the power of listening to your hunger fullness cues. It's such a hard thing to do, especially when something is so yummy. Like I was so looking forward to eating this. But just try and ask yourself, are you actually hungry? Like if you had to go and do something, an errand or whatever for about an hour or so, would you think about food? And the answer was no, I would not think about food, and therefore I'm not hungry anymore. That is something that I'm going through at the moment. Let me know if you're also struggling with just honouring your hunger fullness cues. It's really tricky sometimes. I was on top of it for ages and then I've just let it slide, and it's something that you really just have to keep on building and working on every single day. So yeah, I am going to go and get my babies in the bath now. Hey guys, so a couple of things worth mentioning before I say goodnight is I was sitting on the couch and I really was just dying for something snacky basically. I was feeling that snacky mood which I've been feeling most nights, and I thought to myself, right Amy, you're not actually hungry, what is going on here? And I realised I just wanted to be kept busy. Like when you get into the habit of snacking, your hands get used to snacking and so does your mouth. So I decided to go and make a cup of tea. Actually, I didn't make a cup of tea. I got James to come and make me a cup of tea because I knew that if I came into the kitchen, I'd be likely to, actually I'm in the kitchen now. Anyway, I'm fine now. I'd be likely to snack on things. So I asked James to come and make me a cup of tea, and I downed a lovely massive tea. It kept me busy. It was really lovely and snuggly. Not hungry in the slightest, and my snackiness has totally gone away. Anyway, just a great thing to do. I could have also gone upstairs to brush my teeth, but I couldn't be bothered to do that. But if I felt myself coming to come and get a snack, I would have done that. Anywho, I've also just spent a little bit of time. I don't know why you've gone so dark. Anyway, I've also just spent a bit of time organising my food for the rest of well, basically like for the next few days, just because I've been feeling really all over the place with food. And I wanted to get myself organized in terms of Instagram videos and YouTube videos and all those kinds of things. So I've got myself sorted. I'm going to do a big shop on Wednesday and I'm feeling on top of it. Anyway, just wanted to mention that sometimes it takes, like, I can feel very overwhelmed for like a good week about not having organized my food. And I literally just sat there for like less than 5 minutes and organized all my food. It took such a small amount of time, but in your mind it feels so big, but when you just sit down and do it, it's so tiny. So if you're in the same boat as me, sit down and do it. It won't take any time at all, and then your mind is just like instantly freed of that issue that you had. Anyway, just thought I'd mention those things. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now because it's super late, so I'll see you guys later.